right, it is I. We rolling up on this Plead the Fifth edition for your Monday. 3 questions in the room, 3 questions from the audience, 1 pass, and 1 boomerang. We got them. All right?
Yes.
It starts with me.
Davy is first.
Oh, this is actually probably my first time asking you a question that I already know the answer to.
Oh,
I just figured that we would do something a little bit different.
Oh, okay.
Just to go a different direction. Okay,
Does that mean it's an easy question?
You're not going to tap out.
Okay.
But I think it's more of like an informative question for a lot of people. Okay, so my question is, why doesn't Wild 94.1 play more local music?
I mean, it's let's see. It's a question we get asked a lot. And it's just really, there are more people trying. It's like that old adage when they talk about law school, like there are more people in law school than actually practicing lawyers. And so there are more people trying to get into the music game than there are actually artists. So if you can't really it's hard to pick and choose. It's hard to say this person is warranted getting on the air and this person isn't. So you got to show that they got an audience. There used to be a day where, Michael Jackson could sing for Berry Gordy and get a record deal. But now it's like people out there are trying to get going and you got to show them a market for there's a market for what you do. So they call it the power to zero. It's an old Def Jam kind of a thing where Ludacris, for instance, sold CDs out of his car and sold $200,000 worth of work. And so he was going back and getting re-up CD orders. And so when they signed him, he showed there was a market for what he did. And they're like, man, we put all this promotion behind it. We could take that $200,000 and make $2 million. So you got to show people there's a market for what you do. Now it's YouTube, socials, BDS or SoundScan where people are buying it and out there streaming your music. It ain't just like I got a cousin that rap. Mm-hmm. We get those emails every day. So it's hard to pick and choose how many of these artists out there because a lot of them are talented, but they just don't have the work yet. Right. So they got to get, part of the music part is part of it, but the business part of it is part of it too.
Okay.
So that's why it's like you catch a few that, they actually got their stuff going, like Legit. We haven't played like Legit before, but he got a record that catching vibes that's really starting to take noise because he's putting a lot of work behind it and stuff. So we're watching it and stuff. So, it just depends.
Okay.
I'm going to send you my album anyway.
There you go. Send me yours, Buck Nasty remix action.
That's how Davy got hired here. He used to be a rapper.
Yeah, that's how Davy got in. Yes, that is how Davy got in. All right, Meredith, you're next up.
I want to ask you about stalkers. And this stems because there's a crazy story in the news about a stalker that traveled from South Carolina to try to take hostage a WWE superstar that lives in town. And then I started thinking about situations I personally have dealt with stalker situations, but I don't know if I've ever heard of one from you. Have you ever dealt with, I don't know if it's a crazy ex or just a stalker, a listener, or something that kind of went left?
There was, when I first started doing Club Sky, there was, I think it was 1509 first. And then I remember there was, because I used to live in Carrollwood, mm-hmm. and it's not a gated community or whatever. You just pull up, off the street and you in my driveway. And I remembered I went home, and I wasn't aware of my surroundings at the time. Now if you behind me, I see you behind me because now this has happened a few times. But I remember I drove all the way home, hit the garage door, pulled into the garage, and lights pulled up behind me. And I was like, who's pulling up behind me? And it was after the club, so it was 2:30 in the morning.
Ooh, that's weird.
And I'm like, who's pulling up behind me? And I get out the car, and it was a girl that was from the club that followed me from the club to my home.
No.
And was like, hey, we just want to party with you. And I was like, it wasn't nobody else in the car but her. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm going to go in the house now. And then, my neighbors were she was making a lot of noise or whatever. And she followed me home 3 times.
Whoa.
Shooting the shot 3 times. Man, no.
This is not the way
I
to
don't
do
want to
that.
call the police officers on you, but I will.
Oh, my God.
But it wasn't a stalker thing, but it was a definite, persistent.
Crossing the line.
I'm trying to come hang, and I'm like, yo, I gotta move. This is crazy.
Yeah, wow.
I need a gate. So yeah, that was mine.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome. So hypothetically, Orlando, let's say you're a single man right now.
Okay.
And you start dating this girl, and you guys are dating for a year. Everything is great. You actually might be in love, and she might be in love with you.
Okay.
Then one day your boy comes up to you and says, hey, she's got some tapes.
Oh.
Your boy informs you that she is a porn star, and she has at least 100 videos out.
Oh, man,
damn.
come on. Really?
What you doing?
Really?
What a scenario.
You guys are perfect for each other, too. In love.
Are these tapes current?
No, they're not current.
She has a discography,
Right.
A filmography. She has a
dirty.
pass.
She got the full catalog.
She got a pass. She
a
got
full
a pass.
catalog?
The full catalog.
Options.
Could I date a former porn star?
Mm-hmm.
I could. And I'm single.
You're single.
But am I still single? Father of my children. Single or because I'm like that might factor in.
I mean, you got kids.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's they stepmom now. Yeah.
But I love you.
Yeah. I guess I could.
Okay.
I mean, I got some friends that do porn,
Right.
and some that don't do it anymore. And I'm trying to think if I was in that situation. Could I, marry Carmen Levana? Yeah. Probably. I would think so.
That's a lot to deal with.
It's a lot of past to deal with.
All
though.
your boys, everybody can go
seen it.
look her up.
Everybody's seen it, though. I think even more so, could you date somebody who one of your boys dated? Because your boys seen it, up close. It wasn't even on the film. I think I wouldn't have an issue with that. We all grown. So I think I could.
Okay.
I think I could. Yeah.
That's all right. I didn't think you were going to say that.
I mean, you got to keep it real. I mean, I wouldn't want everybody to be doing a viewing party, but they seen it. That's cool. So let's see here. We got 3 to come from the audience. Still got my pass and the boomerang. So what we got?
Davi, do you want to go first or me?
Go for it, Mary.
Okay. This one came in. Who is a better DJ? Is it DJ Davi or is it DJ Joey Franchise? Go.
Wow, Joey's up early, huh? Okay. Let's see. A better DJ. Mm-hmm. I would say. I would have. You know what? Let's see. All right. See, there's. Let me explain this. There's differences here.
Prefaces.
Davi mixes. I've heard Davi mix where I'm not the morning show partner. Mm-hmm. And it's different because he has rules in here.
Yes, he does.
A lot of rules.
So he has a lot of rules. so
People don't know that.
Yeah, they don't know. He has a lot of rules and stuff on how he has to get the music done and stuff. So that's a different parameter,
Right.
Than Joey's, because Joey doesn't have a lot of talking around it and different pieces they got to fit in. Mm-hmm. As far as skill, I would say Joey's probably been doing it longer than Davi as far as skill.
Gotcha.
As far as range, I think Davi is more proficient in range of music.
That's great.
Because Davi's got the whole Latin vibe, bachata, so and so.
He does weddings too.
Stuff. But yeah, but his range of musical interest, then the hip hop and all this other stuff that we play, the cross section of that. Joey's more proficient in the R&B hip hop thing. He can get Spanish, but he's came up in that Hartford, Connecticut hip hop thing.
Gotcha.
So I think it's a tie that goes to running. As far as who's technically, I would say Joey's better at some of the flash, that kind of battle type stuff.
This is difficult for you to answer.
I thought that was the answer.
No, it's hard.
I would say. I mean, technically, I would say Joey.
Yeah.
So I would give a 60-40.
Okay. All right. That's pretty close.
All right. Yeah.
All right, Davi, you can hit him hard if you want to.
I'm gonna put my finger on the button.
All of these are very similar.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are.
Okay, Orlando, are you still taking Jen to Pound Town due to the fact that you guys have a rocky relationship?
And there you go.
There's about 10 of these worded differently.
That's true.
Are you? Wait, who said I have a rocky what?
I don't know. But
What the question says? What is it?
Orlando, do you still take Jen to Pound Town due to the fact that you have had a rocky relationship?
a ton of these texts have come in.
Wow. Well, let me hit this.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. There we go. We got that out of the way.
All right.
Like, what, is there a plan B now?
Oh, Buck's running over here because he wants
Buck ran over to the screen, and I'm like, there must be like something even worse that he ran to point out.
Do you want to ask this, Buck?
Sure.
Okay, Buck has one for you.
Okay, Buck.
Out the 727, Orlando. If you had the opportunity to sleep with Meredith or Babs, who would you choose and why?
You already planned this.
I'm sorry, dog.
Wow. Okay. Oh man. So I have to answer this. Both Babs and Meredith are fam. Like they're my sisters. So it's very creepy to have this conversation. But
Should I look away?
let's just look away. Yes, look away from me. I again trying to pit our fam against each other is weird, just like with the Davi Joey's question,
Right.
because there's pluses on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that Meredith is a little bit more seasoned, experienced. But I think Babs might be a little freakier.
Yeah. That's
Because
what I
I've
think.
seen her jump on a shark on the floor the other day. I would think I would really like to pass this because HR-wise, this is not a great question to ask. But I don't have a pass.
How do I get out of this?
I would just say that I think Babs would probably put it on me in a major way.
Yeah.
Like a wig would come off.
Our wig would fly
It would be something to write a folk song about.
Yeah, it'd be on the fan.
Yeah. Okay.
There's your answer.
So I'm gonna boomerang this back and say Davi.
Yo.
And Buck Nasty. Meredith or Babs?
Oh, man.
And then, of course, you have to answer.
Sure.
But you can't answer about yourself.
Well, I've had myself before.
Okay, so do tell. No, your question would be, would it be...
It's so hard for you.
Would it be me or Brian Beasley?
Oh, Lord. All right.
Our
then.
COO of the company.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Davi, go first.
I would go.
Babs
I
or
would
Meredith?
go Babs, and the reason is because I don't have to work with her every single morning, and it would be awkward after I put it on Meredith when she falls in love with me. It's just going to be weird.
Make it totally strange. Be very weird up in here. All right. Okay. Buck.
So this is just as hard for me. Looking at you right now, Meredith.
In your eyes.
Right in your eyes. But I got to go Babs, too. And here's the reason. I have never experienced that flavor before.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
If I'm given a chance,
Yes.
I got to go.
You gotta
where I
go
gotta
where
go.
you gotta go.
I got to see what's going on.
Oh, my God.
Okay. All right, Meredith.
Well, this one's an easy one because his last name is Beasley.
Right, there you go. His name is on the building.
I'm going to go with the Beasley with the capital B. And, yeah.
All right, that's
Run
a
my own
wrap
morning
on
show one
Plead
day.
the Fifth. Meredith is now in charge. It is Meredith and the Freak Show. It's coming up.